guys, good old buddy, it's MrSammyCam here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another SB19 reaction. We are back with the boys once again, and today we are back with the SB19 story that we checked out the other day. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes of this series. I thought it was super well made, and it is time to check out episode number 3 and 4 today. Very excited. From what you guys have been saying down in the comments, there's still a lot of stuff about the boys that I don't even know about, and yeah, I'm intrigued to learn more. So, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Right, here we go then, guys. Let's hop into it. Episode number 3 is going to be called The Wave. Very inspiring, in brackets. I mean, I was heavily inspired by the first 2 episodes. So this, I mean, very inspiring. That's a word I would use for these boys.
If I said that SB19 would be successful if I met them 3 years ago, you'd probably think I'm cheating because I'm talking from the present. And your past self would never believe me because I might have only seen them as a trying hard boy group who had to wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again because they couldn't afford a nice variety. But what if despite all this, they already knew what's gonna happen?
Itong mga to, sigurado ako in the future, magiging successful kami.
They
Manifestation.
knew their destiny. Pablo's username reads, I'm Seismite. A random fan asked, why? He answered, it also means seismic, like Earth's vibrations. It's something big.
This guy's a bloody poet. Seriously, his brain works differently.
And important, so when I seize the mic, I create this impact, like an earthquake. And when an
I love that.
earthquake happens, you know what's next after that? Are you sure you don't know? Do you actually want me to spell it out to you? Okay, let me show you.
I love how this guy puts his videos together, man. It's really good pacing as well. Like, you can tell he's a proper, you know, editor. Proper storyteller. Wow. The Wave. Oh, man. Dude, they need to hire him. They need to hire this guy.
5, 6, 7, 1, 2, can I buy?
Yeah, that's Pablo. If you're new here, you're probably wondering
Dude, I thought his pants just bloody...
how he ended
broke.
up there. This is called triple.
Get in the zone!
Finally, they were starting to go up. They were very young.
Go up. I see what
This
you
was
did
the
there.
time when they were still trying to figure out their musical identity. Enter the Get in the Zone album. Just check out the level of variety.
Hilalua. Beautiful track. And how fitting that Go Up was the song that really broke them out into the mainstream, should we say, or gave them that momentum that they needed, you know? They're almost manifesting it. It's like, we're gonna go up. Like, we are on our way. We know it's gonna happen at some point. Spoilers! Spoilers! Spoilers!
It was definitely a mix of everything. The bashers immediately saw this as a weakness. They were seen as a group who didn't know what they were doing. Despite all the hate, 18 didn't get affected as they started to get to know the boys on a deeper level. We got to know their fun side.
Si Ken naman po, nung na-meet ko to dati sa cover group, parang sabi ko, feeling ko mayabang to, parang ganun po, mayabang to, tas tumbling ka pa dyan, ganun, tumbling pa to.
Uy, judgmental si
Tumbling.
Parang lagi siyang may sariling mundo, hindi po siya belong sa amin.
Tinanong siya ng teacher namin, sa tingin mo sino pinakamagaling sumayaw? Ako! Sabi niya po.
Ako po, sinabi ko po talaga.
Ay, kung confident ka naman, bakit
Yes
hindi,
po,
di ba?
ang galing ko po talaga.
Si Justin po, una ko nakita to. Oh, pogi. Siguro mayabang to.
Si Justin naman po, nung una ko po siyang nakita, sabi ko, typical guy. Parang ganon. Sorry!
Si Justin po,
Sorry, they seem like such a chill, they're just a little friend group, aren't they? I love that
parang
about them.
pure, parang innocent. Pero nung nalaman ko, hindi po pala. Si Stal, sobrang friendly po. Siya po yung happy pill namin.
Di ko alam na siya pala yung main vocal po kasi akala ko magaling na talaga siya sumayaw. First impression ko po kay Josh, mabait po siya na may mayabang po na dati.
Ayun.
Tinatry niya lang maging maangas pero deep inside hindi talaga.
Softy pala, softy.
Kasi Sejun,
See, that's the kind of impression I get from all of them. They've got such a different vibe about them. They're so much more chill when they're not on that stage and in that performer persona, and they've got that duality which is amazing to watch.
akala ko po hindi siya yung leader.
Nung una, ang weird niya po, nagsasalita mag-isa, parang bigla na lang siya nagagano. Tapos isang tabi po, nakatayo siya sa gilid. Tapos may training kami, tapos biglang gagano. Tapos biglang gagano. Gagano po siya sa gilid. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa
It just comes out of nowhere.
Nagre-ritual ba to sa gilid?
We also got to know their internal battles.
Thank you to all of our families, especially to our parents, and sa mama ko, sa kapatid ko. Thank you kasi lagi niyo po sinusuporta. Kahit sobrang hilig ko sa buhay sa buhay, hindi ako sigurado kung ano yung pinapasok ko. Pero nandiyan lang yung para sa akin. Thank you. Gusto ko mag-thank you sa apat na to. Gusto mo masarap sa apat na to kasi dito namin iniwan. So, may nangyari na dati na hindi ka lang magkahiwalay ng grupo pero bumalik sila kasi hindi nila ako iniwan. Yes! Parang naisip namin na mas maganda kami tuloy namin yung sila.
God. See, this is raw, this is vulnerable. For them to be, I don't know what event this is or why they're doing this talk, but for them to just be in front of, I'm assuming, a load of fans here, just being completely real with them, and that's the reason why they've got this amazing community of fans who adore them so much and are so supportive because, you know, they share their lives with the fans and they're so open and honest.
Gusto ko mag-thank you sa bawat members kasi sila yung pinaka-unang hindi. Sila yung lagi naniniwala sa akin. Pag hindi ko na kaya, sila yung nagtulong sa akin na huwag kang susuko. Yan, si Sergio, si Justin, si Ken, si Josh, lahat. My showbiz leaders. I love you so much.
And they might be different in so many ways. I don't know each member too well yet, so I can't really say, but I'm assuming they've all got very different personalities and interests. But one thing they have got in common is this dream of being these massive musicians, and not even that. I feel like they've got a deeper dream of really connecting with an audience like the 18s that they've got now. They're all striving for that.
Si Sir Robin for building this. Kung wala si Sir Robin, hindi kami mag-build. Walang showpity, walang show na to, wala kayo dito. Parang, it's because of Sir Robin.
And just like that, SB19 got us into their zone. So back to the album. As unique as each of the songs was, all 7 of them managed to reach the #1 spot of Billboard's Lyric Fine Global chart. It's still insane thinking about it today. And they weren't done. They also appeared in Billboard's top Social 50, peaking at #3.
And I've just heard, I'm not too sure if they won, but there was a recent Billboard event that I heard maybe they're in the final for it. I'm not 100% sure, but it shows the power of the fandom. Because I'm not being funny, there's some big artists in these fan-voted competitions, and for SB19, a relatively small group compared to a lot of these. Like, just their fandom alone, getting them to a point like that, I mean, that's dedication from all of you guys.
Or so they thought.
So impressive.
And aside from that, eto nagbabasa rin ako ng mga comments naman sa ating comment section. Kasi di ba yung last na pinost niyo is #3 kayo sa Billboard.
They go to #1.
Pero ngayon, #2 na
Number
kayo,
2.
guys! Oh, what?
And that's
At ngayon,
global.
social
That's
15,
global.
May mga nagko-comment dito. And number 6 na kayo. Number 7, di ba, nung last niyong pinost. Number 6 na. Virgin Artist, congratulations!
They've got
Oh,
a
diba?
special
They
fan
couldn't
base.
believe it. Stell ended up forgetting that he was in a live interview because he had to check it himself.
I love that.
Yep, it's real.
We got the live reaction. Number 2. You saw it
September
right.
1st, 2020, a well-known artist canceled an Instagram live interview with MTV scheduled for the next day. So MTV host Kevin Kinney invited SB19 on a short notice to fill in. An opportunity knocked, they answered.
They took that up. They were like, "Yep, we'll come in."
Oh my God. Who wants to go first? For me, I would like to collaborate with Mr. Bruno Mars.
2 weeks later, Kevin made a bold prediction.
We ask a lot of people for interviews. A lot of people that you want us to interview, we take it very seriously when we reach out. Some people, you'd be amazed, don't have the time of day, can't find the time, can't do it. Oh, you know, that's tough. Okay, no harm, no foul. Then there's the people that are like, name the time, name the place we're there. SB19 did that at 9 p.m. They'd never done an Instagram Live before. They didn't know if they could be together. They made it a point to not only be together at 9 p.m. because they knew that was the only time that it worked for this US-based host. That type of work ethic is going to take them very
So
far.
he just took the words completely out of my mouth. Work ethic. Like, they are dedicated.
Industry.
Dedicated.
I'm also very good at predicting music, okay? Right? I'm like the MTV push of hosts. The same way that MTV knows how to pick winners, I know how to pick winners. I said on this very after show, SB19 are going to be big stars. I said it on my IG Live. I've said it to you in private, Caitlin. I've said it to Banjo. You know, he didn't say anything back. SB19 are going to be big stars. They have it. Charismatic. They're hardworking. Today's date is September 18th, 2020, when I'm saying this, okay?
Oh, 2020.
I want somebody
Damn.
to post this on September 18th, 2021, and you can see how right I am because of how much larger and more well-known SB19 will be a year from this date right here.
And when
And they're still ridiculously underrated. I mean, you know, they've come such a long way, but I do, after hearing a lot of their music, and especially after seeing what they're about and their work ethic, and they've got all the ingredients, haven't they, to be so much bigger than they are. I know they've got everything they could ever need with you guys, a beautiful fandom around them, but I can't help but think, yeah, the word underrated definitely comes to mind.
when 2021 started, he reminded people about what's to come.
4 years into my career, I've seen some people come and go, and I've seen some journeys, and you can spot things, right? You can notice trends, you can notice similarities. SB19 right now, and the lock that 18 has on the voting, week in and week out, and seeing them rise
That's
up the
really
top 50
impressive,
chart
by the
over at
way.
Billboard. It's very akin, it's very similar to what was going on with BTS 2017, 2018. Now, I hope SB19
He's right. He's so
I'm rooting
right.
for them. Those guys are awesome guys and hard-working guys. I've interviewed them after like incredibly 10-hour plus work days of rehearsal and choreography practice, and they still put a smile on their face, and they're incredibly hardworking. I think that's really aside from the music being good, it's the work ethic that's going to take them to the top. So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year.
Work ethic, but also how real and vulnerable they are with their audience. I think that's a big part of it, and that's a big part why BTS blow up as well. You know what I mean? They share everything with ARMY, and ARMY is their everything as well.
So take that for what it's worth, 18.
Then what
I agree
happened?
with him, though. I agree with him.
Kevin's prediction
Their
came
music, it just gets better the more you hear it.
true.
18 SB19. Congratulations.
This song was on the next level. It showcased Pablo's songwriting skills, Ken's dance moves.
You tell him,
and
Pablo.
sound,
You tell him.
Stell's heavenly voice and choreography. The most iconic rap verse in all of P-pop by Josh.
Man's got something different.
And Justin's brilliant mind, which created a spectacle no one has ever seen in the country.
They all popped off. They all individually popped off.
It became the
didn't
fastest P-pop music video to reach 1 million views in just 16 hours.
they? Whoa. Yo, they wiping the floor. I mean, this is all SB19 anyway.
SB19 sent shockwaves that reminded people of what they are capable of.
Meron akong natanaw na ko ang ilang music video nga what na-encourage ko.
The world got inspired, so it responded with a giant wave of appreciation.
Gusto ko rin ipagmalaki yung SB19 talaga. Yung last video nila.
I just wanna flex SB19.
Ang ganda ng video, di ba?
Ang gagaling, grabe. Grabe. I think doon mo rin naman makikita na hindi mo pwedeng
How did, because I've been listening to K-pop pretty religiously for the past 4 years. I don't know how I didn't catch this wave. It somehow didn't reach me.
Hindi mo
I don't know how,
ng isang
but
tao na nag-prepare.
it's only just reached me
hanggang
now.
sa makakita siya ng opportunity para gamitin yung preparation na yun. Walang pinagkaiba yan kay Manny Pacquiao eh. Na nag-train sobrang galing, pagpasok niya ng ring, knockout yung kalaban. Walang difference yan. Lalo ko na-appreciate ang isang artist na alam kong pwedeng magyabang pero hindi nagyayabang.
This was also the time when I found them. Their music made a difference in my life. It gave people happiness. Their music inspired us to become a better version of ourselves despite our imperfections. SB19 taught us not to only raise our own flag, but to wave it proudly.
Maybe you find these groups when you need them the most. I feel like that's kind of how it works. I remember finding BTS right at the start of COVID. God knows what I would have done during COVID if it was with BTS. And falling down that rabbit hole, and I just felt like it came at the right time. And this feels like it's coming at the right time for me. And it is such a refreshing new sound. You know, I've met all of you guys as well through the comments. Weird how it's just happened. I thought I would have heard about them before, but...
Oh, I almost forgot. I'm sorry, Pinuno, but you gotta hang in there till the next episode, okay?
Oh, we're watching it right now. Don't you worry, Chuck. Don't you worry, Chuck. Right, here we go. Beautiful. By the way, these graphics are unbelievable. Right, okay. Episode number 4, Monsters Haters Will Enjoy. I'm not too sure what that means, but...
Previously on SB19 Story.
SB19 are going to be big stars. They have it. They're charismatic, they're hardworking. So my prediction is they're going to break out in a huge way this year. So take that for what it's worth, 18.
The guy who predicted their success was the same guy who indirectly called them cheaters. This tweet didn't drop any names, but this was posted around the time when SB19 got the #1 spot on MTV's Most Requested Artists for 21 weeks in a row, and this was against much bigger artists. So it was clear which fandom he was talking about. This was only one of the many obstacles they
Wait, how do you cheat, though?
had to overcome.
I don't
Because
understand.
after all these years, they turned out to be monsters.
Monsters. Ooh. Wait, so that guy turned his back on them. So he's saying all this. He's like trying to predict and be this massive, you know, brainiac who knows the future and everything. But wait, then he insinuated that they had cheated to get to the top. I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but you know. Monsters. Episode number 4.
It might not look like it, but
Fire
SB19 are people too. They have social media and they see everything. So it only makes sense that some of these hate has gotten into them.
Feel like I'm never enough. Pagka parang feeling ko I'm fake.
Dumating na ako doon kasi minsan hindi lang naman yung mga tao sa paligid ko yung kalaban ko. Sarili ko pa din. Siguro masabi ko hanggang ngayon, nandun pa din siya. Tapos hindi ko pa rin siya natatalo. I wasn't good enough. Parang sinasabi lagi, hindi ka pa enough. Hindi mo pa kaya. Ibibigay ko na sa'yo. Yung best nangyari sa akin. Parang, bakit sila kaya nila? Ako hindi ko pa rin kaya.
I mean, why can't people just embody this mantra?
If you have the chance to be kind, always choose to be kind for everyone.
And that
But people forget that when you reach a certain level of fame, it's like dehumanizes you, and you're no longer a human being with feelings. And when people can hide behind a screen, especially, and just go on their keyboard and say whatever the hell they want, they're going to end up projecting their own insecurities on people who are more successful, talented, who they can see are living a great life that they deserve because they've worked hard for it and they've had their struggles in the past. People are just going to do it, and it takes a strong character to be in that kind of limelight that these boys are in and still stay yourself, because you know all of these opinions flying at you just trying to distort who you are and how you feel about yourself. And I can tell these boys are strong. These boys are strong, but you know, it gets to all of us. We're human.
brings us back to this moment.
5, 6, 7, 1, 2, can I
Yeah, that's Pablo. If you're new here,
Did it, dude? That was a sound effect, right? Pablo's. I mean, that sounded like a hell of a rip.
Wondering how he ended up there.
Wait, it actually. Oh man, I'm not surprised. I mean,
when you're spending every day,
those pants are not Pablo proof. I can tell you that.
on your own,
They need to buy him some Pablo proof pants.
Just kidding. I will tell the next chapter this time, okay? This was the time when Pablo decided not to be silent anymore. SB19 dropped the Pagsibol EP, and one of the songs takes a shot against those haters.
They say the best way is just to ignore the haters and just let them do their thing and just block them out. But there's something about a fiery track like this, just letting people know, like, you can't touch me. We're SB19, you know.
The lyric video itself screams a lot of shutting them down. The conceptualization is on a different level. Just take a look at this guy. This character literally resembled all 5 members, and the person behind it and all other mind-blowing concepts is Justin. He didn't just come up with these creative concepts, he built them from scratch and oftentimes even used frame-by-frame animation. He's a guy who knew what he wants, like a monster hiding behind a beautiful face.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a beautiful creative mind. The fact that he's drawn it all out as well on storyboards. I've done this before as well. Obviously, I filmed. Most of you guys probably don't even know, actually. I've been studying film production most of my life. I've made films for most of my life as well since I was a little kid. This has always been my favorite thing to do. I used to draw out storyboards like this. I used to make documentaries about my family when I was about 10 years old. Walk around with the camera, annoying them. It's a weird kind of creative itch that I've always had, and I just like making things and having something to show for it. I feel like Justin is similar, the way that he's obviously got all this stuff floating around in his head, all this creativity, and for him to get it down and really put it into their stuff through video.
Hiding behind a beautiful face. And we all knew about the song that produced the most iconic rap line in P-pop. Josh gave it so much justice that it made us forget about his other talents in handling interviews.
So what do you think is the difference between Filipino boy groups and you guys?
But we couldn't say that we are really better than them because we respect them.
Finance, music, gaming, and the world of dance. The dude is a legend in the K-pop dance cover industry along with Stel in Sayon. Even before SB19...
Dude, the hairstyles and the snapbacks here, I mean, this was a time, wasn't it?
In Sayon.
It's weird how fashion evolves, and you look back on this and you're like, whoa.
Even before SB19, Josh was already a monster.
A monster waiting to come out of his egg.
From the EP.
Oh. Yo, look at they look dangerous in this performance. That eye makeup.
Favorite part was the imitation of the monster's laugh. This was done by...
Where was that performance? That looks bloody dangerous.
None other than a monster vocalist himself, Stel. He's just one of the best...
What was that?
Singers I've ever heard in my life because of his versatility. I mean, only a monster gets called up by a friend to do a freestyle vocal run and ends up making an epic song intro.
You won't believe it.
Oh, that was dirty. Oh!
People also tend to forget.
Okay, I love how I'm getting just little snippets of stuff I haven't seen yet, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, what the hell is this from Philip? Oh my lord. I mean, I've seen him with red hair before, but also
tend to forget his ability to sing in lower
something else
notes.
I need to check out.
And speaking of forgotten talents, who would dare forget his ability to dance and teach it at the same time? The man single-handedly choreographed almost all of SB19's amazing dance routines. If that isn't a monster to you, then I don't know what is. Enter the oldest song.
They do it all, don't they? Everything that goes into their music, it seems like they've got a member that does it. You know, Justin does the videos, Stel does the choreographies, Pablo does the lyrics. It's just, it's all just a perfect mesh of talent.
On the list. This is the song that saved us from virtually everything in the midst of the pandemic. It saved us from boredom, sorrow, anxiety, burnout, homesickness, depression, you name it. My favorite part of the song is the first verse done by Ken.
Spoilers again, man. Wait, do I listen to this?
It makes you feel like you want to cry, but you're happy. You know what I mean? He's just effortless in setting up the mood. But when it comes to his talents,
I've said that since the start when I've been listening to these guys. They're so good at expressing any kind of emotion. They can do anything really good. They can do anger. They can do sadness. They can do hope. It's truly impressive.
He's in no mood to be joking. This guy has a voice that sounds like he came straight from the underworld.
Yeah. We know.
The dude can literally...
What was that? Okay, we need to do a dedicated Philip video, I think.
Do everything from singing, rapping, dancing, writing, producing, entrepreneurship, drawing, shooting balls, playing, to flying. Sheesh, that's a monster right there.
I envy people. There's some people in this world, I feel like everybody knows one of those people who is just good at everything that they try, and they pick up everything so quickly and are just multi-talented to the core.
Now let's move on to
That's
the
what
song
all
that
of
was
these
written
boys
out
have.
of a laundry routine.
Remember yung time na when we are doing our laundry? Nagluluto tayo, tas sabi ni Pablo, anong gusto niya sabihin sa parents niyo? Tas ayun, doon nagsimula tayo.
You heard it right, it's Mappa. This song broke the hearts.
And I can proudly say this was the first song I heard from SB19, and I didn't plan it. It just kind of came out. I was like, right, I'm gonna put this one first because it was the first one released, and I mean, that was a perfect song to draw me into these guys.
Of many people all over the world, including mine. This easily became their best song ever because it's very relatable. It pays tribute to our loving parents and gives thanks to them for all the sacrifices they've made for us.
Something that everyone can relate to.
The impact was so immense that it was sung in many different languages.
Mama, it's been a while, I miss you.
Oh.
What you've been doing, can I call you? I hope you miss me too.
Oh. This is beautiful. This is why I got into K-pop as well. This is what really drew me in, is the idea that a song could transcend any language, and just the melody and the feeling. It doesn't matter if you don't understand every single word that's being spoken. If the song makes you feel a certain way and you get a certain emotion from it, and it provokes a certain emotion within you, then it's having the effect that music has on all of us, and that is something that isn't stuck to one language. It's a universal language on its own. And this is amazing that people have done this. Japanese, I think. Oh yeah, it says Japanese, my bad. And every language has something kind of a different tang to it, you know?
The melody
and then the melody, obviously, the la ta 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 ta. I mean, that is just
takes me back to this unforgettable moment. Everyone's family showed up except for Ken.
No.
Then this happened. This moment was so precious because Ken never expected his family to show up. This made Mappa even more special because it was performed by SB19 together with their families.
You guys could have warned me. You guys could have warned me that this was going to be happening, man. Wow, what a moment that is. I mean, I thought it was beautiful enough that their families even joined them on stage for a song like this. How fitting is that? But then that surprise for Ken, and oh my god, you just saw the emotion just take over him. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Isn't this just glorious? Who else is doing this, man? Who else is doing this? What a great idea to have their families on the stage doing it. Like, I need to check that out. Again, can you guys please let me know what that performance was called? Gorgeous.
Universal anthem is the mind of a genius himself. The monster in the center of it all, Pablo. If you have noticed, his name is all over every SB19 song we know. Some people say he's got the Midas touch because every song he made was an instant hit. I mean, just listen to how clever the lyrics are in SLMT. He managed to thank us by using our fandom's language without making it sound cringe. And he's not even done. He has so many.
Well, that's it. That's what a great songwriter does. You know, they say things in a way that is cool, but at the same time relates to so many people. You gotta walk that line by, you know, being yourself and staying true and writing lyrics that are real and that make sense, but also it can't sound too literal, can it? It's a beautiful art, and this man has mastered it.
Unreleased bangers that are just waiting to be unleashed. As a group, SB19 earned the infamous nickname Live Monsters. It's because they move and sound even better when live. This is one.
Oh my god, Pablo, you're looking like a beautiful skunk. Wait, that sounded like an insult. That was not supposed to be an insult. I'm being real. I love this hair on Pablo. Jesus, that did sound a little bit... Sorry, I wasn't meant to be rude. But I've noticed that, man. As soon as I heard these boys live for the first time, I was like, okay, so this is what they're really about. And when you hear a group that is so much better live than they are on a recording, you know there's real talent there and they're real musicians. Because are you really a musician? If you could do it on a track, but then you get up on a stage and, you know, it's just not the same. You can't do it. Are you a real musician?
This is one of the main reasons why they have a fast-growing and dedicated fan base. They garnered a lot of support that they managed to reach the global music scene.
This category is fan voted because music is all about the fans. Now let's get into it. This year's
we got a live reaction.
Are the girls from Blackpink,
oh my
boys
God.
from BTS,
Blackpink. Of
What?
course. We have Queen Ariana Grande. Yeah. We have the Filipino boys, just like me, representing SB19. Let's do this. And the
That's so, I mean, the size of these artists. Blackpink, BTS, Ariana Grande,
incomparable 17.
and SB19.
Congrats to all of the amazing finalists. You can vote for your favorite beginning May 10th. Now, let's go.
You can see what it means to the guy.
Josh couldn't believe it. He couldn't hold his tears because finally, he took a step on their quest for world domination.
Just feel like they feel like best friends, don't they? Do you know what I mean? They feel like those underdogs that you just want to keep rooting for. You want to see them do well.
Dedicate this stream to our friends SB19. So again, congratulations to them for being a finalist in the Billboard Music Awards Top Social Artist. Sobrang nakaka-proud.
But despite all the accolades, we can't deny that some people, even P-pop fans, still doubt them. So let me show you something to shut them up. This is the chart of the most viewed P-pop boy group MVs in the first 24 hours. I intentionally didn't put SB19 there because if I did, this happens. Their songs easily occupy the upper half
Dude, look
percentile
at what? What the hell happened to what? That is the question.
by a large margin. This begs the question, are they just too far ahead of the game? Or are they just...
Ano bang ibig sabihin ng SB? Kala ko sama ng mga bakla eh.
So lahat kayo straight.
Sound like a cake.
Cake pa pagdating eh.
Cake pa pangit.
Palagay ka ng tattoo sa mukha. Yung kahit henna lang, tapos nakabahag ka.
Inabot nyo rin yung launching ng SB19. Sana lang.
I feel like it's almost, it sounds terrible, but it's almost a natural path of progression to go through some sort of hate when you're a group like this. Like BTS, they got ridiculed to death when they were just coming up. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, you know, you're this, you're that. They label you as so many things that you're not. But you almost have to go through that weirdly to reach a level where these boys are and where BTS are. It seems to always happen.
Maganda kasi yung revenge kasi talaga yung success na ipapakita mo sa mga hindi naniniwala sa inyo.
Tama yan.
That's the mindset. That's the mindset. That's why they're here, man. I'm telling you. That, it didn't look. That could have easily knocked them off onto a different path, discouraged them, but it made them more hungry, man. It was like, right, I'm gonna prove you wrong. You either go that way or you go like, oh, you're right, maybe I should stop. But these boys never did that. Amazing, amazing. Again, really well made documentary by Casual Chuck. I seriously am impressed. I mean, I knew a lot of you guys were requesting this, so I thought it must have been a somewhat well put together depiction of these guys' story and what they're all about. But I wasn't expecting such a brilliantly professionally made thing like this, and you can't underestimate how long this must have taken to put together, because I've made things like this in the past. Documentaries where you've got to compile all the clip, all the B-roll, and it's a time-consuming thing. And for him to have the motivation and the willingness to put all this together is truly commendable. So make sure you support the guy, man. Make sure you support the guy. We need to support creators like this because this is why this fandom is so beautiful. But yeah, we will be checking out episode number 5 and 6 next, guys. Please do stay tuned for that. Make sure you are subscribed down below if you're not. I know my videos don't really get sent out to many people who aren't subscribed, so it's definitely worth clicking that button. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Yeah, there we go, guys. Again, if you did end up enjoying today's video, a like rating down below would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new to the channel, you've never seen my face before, and you have been enjoying these reaction videos you've been seeing, it's definitely worth clicking that subscribe button down below, just so you are notified when I upload my next reaction. That would mean the world, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to Casual Chuck as well. Brilliant guy, brilliantly made documentary series he's been doing as well. He's put a lot of time and effort into making these documentary videos, so if you haven't yet checked out his channel, make sure you go and subscribe to him. And that's about it. Have a beautiful rest of your day. We will see you very soon in the next video. Peace off.